America's Cup Defender preview.
There are now the first photos of the new boat of Emirates Team New Zealand, and if anyone has any doubts of why it took so long to launch the new boat, we can easily say that is to copy every aspect of every other boat which is now preparing for the America's Cup, no?
Okay, so the main problem was to put together the pieces of one boat and the other boat and put everything together in one single design. So we don't know actually if the other boats have copied the single aspects of this boat or the other way around. But for sure, the result is you are launching as the last boat, and then you look like you have copied everyone. So.
Also, this boat is very, very different from boat number 1, and also from boat number 1.5, no? So the small boat.
Definitely. I would say the bow is a little bit more similar, which is the first aspect we probably can highlight now.
Exactly. So it's very similar to the Kahu and also to Patriot, no? So it seems it seems to have the same shape, maybe a little bit more extreme than Patriot, and I guess it's a little bit moved back, no? So it's not only the bow, but the same concept is put also in the first third, let's say, of the boat.
While the side of the boat and the stern looks more similar to Ineos boat number 1.
Exactly.
Also number 2, but is even more similar to Ineos number 1.
Exactly. The sides of the hull of the deck are quite high, so quite tall. I don't know how to say it. Looking more like the Ineos boat 1 than Ineos boat 2, which is a little more smooth. Also, the transition between the side and the bottom is a little bit more sharp than what any of the other boat number 2 have done. So is again more similar to boat number 1 of Ineos.
Yes, the keel, the bottom of the boat is looking very similar to Ineos number 2, so to Britannia number 2, but is not so different from Luna Rossa.
Exactly. So the difference between the English boat number 2 and this kind of boat is the corners of the keel are very sharp in Ineos number 2, in Britannia number 2, while here they are for sure rounded. So they are in a certain way more similar to how the skeg of Luna Rossa is.
Exactly. Probably there is no bustle any longer. See?
Exactly. So the bottom is flat, and then probably because they have this kind of round keel, wide but round keel, they added the small little keel, which was added like 1 week ago in Luna Rossa. So maybe they thought they need to have this kind of small keel to separate again the flow from the right to the left.
Yes. So if they were so fast as we were told, no? Everybody was thinking they were very, very fast. We don't know how to figure out why they changed so much. They changed a lot from boat 1. So it's the most different boat from their boat 1 you can think about, I would say, no? The bow is completely different, the keel is completely different, and the side of the hull, they are completely different. So.
Exactly. Almost Ineos number 2 is more similar to Ineos number 1 than Emirates Team New Zealand boat number 2 is to his boat number 1.
So it's honestly we don't know what to think, but for sure we can say nobody was really liking boat number one. So that's a news, no, for the challengers as well, no. So they are not so far away, maybe, no.
Exactly. Each of the things that the New Zealanders have copied from the other boat are actually the main characteristic of that specific boat. So probably they put together everything which is probably an advantage of every boat. So
yes,
they hope every one of these aspects sums in a faster boat than everyone else. No.
Yes, the fact is they cannot have copied the final boats. They probably had some information from the design process. So because for a question of timing, obviously, no. So then, but looks like they were looking around and picking up what they were thinking it was better to do. So a very humble attitude by their side. We will see if it will end up with a good result in the cup. Let's see.
Exactly.
But there is also some new feature that we didn't see along these months, no? So there's a strange design on the arm, which looks like can be very interesting to manage the flow coming out the arm at high speeds, no?
Exactly. On the knee, let's say, of the arm, there is a very wide part which is concentrated on the curve, so on the knee, let's say, of the arm, which is there probably to control the flow. We saw from every other boat that there is a huge spray of water coming out of that part of the arm.
Some sprays are flat, some sprays are twisted, but we will talk about this in another video.
Exactly. And they probably needed this kind of flap, let's say, which is not movable, obviously, but to control the flow coming out of the water. Every time you take some water and you pull it higher, no? Then you are wasting energy, so you are wasting force, no? So lift and speed also. So you can try to put down again this kind of spray and use the lifting, let's say, the lifting effect of this kind of flow, so to help, let's say, lift the boat and also to manage all the spray, also obviously annoying the crew.
Exactly. You save some weight in the spray top part. So these are the main differences. We will see what comes up when the boat is launched. But at now, quite interesting. No?
They have only 1 month to prepare for the Christmas race, and then they will need to train really a lot, because
they say they didn't pay in full the entry fee, so they maybe are not admitted to this first race. So.
Okay.
Really.
We hope to see in 1 month 4 boats competing against each other.
Okay. Ciao.
Ciao.